I'm Carl Nasman in Washington, and this is BBC World News America. Hello and welcome to The Context USA with me, Carl Nasman in Washington. I'm Carl Nasman live in Texas, where those search teams are working up and down the river, searching through that debris, but the hope of finding any survivors is now fading. A big shift in the mood here, a big shift in the posture of the police. You can probably hear some explosions taking place there behind me.
Police officers and sheriff's deputies are now attempting to clear those protesters out of the streets.
Here in Chicago, a big demonstration taking place despite those cold temperatures.
Scenes like these playing out up and down the Guadalupe River behind me, volunteers working to clear away some of what those floodwaters left behind. There is a lot of frustration and anger here. Many residents telling us that they want to see those ICE and Border Patrol officers leave the city. I think the key worry is going to be, how safe will that be? We saw before this operation was actually paused, there was a French vessel that came under fire reportedly by the Iranian military. Do you trust that this process was free of politics?
Absolutely not.
Today, a meeting of oil executives at the White House. Do you believe that lawmakers, and by extension the American people, were misled about the president's true intentions there in Venezuela? We come on the air with some breaking news. 2 people were wounded in an exchange of gunfire with Secret Service agents outside the White House. Iranians in Iran and around the world reacting to the death of the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. We are getting reports from that White House Correspondent's dinner here in Washington that there are suspected gunshots within the building. 10 electoral college votes here in Wisconsin, plenty enough to put Donald Trump now officially back into the White House. We're watching that capsule as it descends, and there are those initial shoots.
And there go the first series of parachutes.
Wow, look at that. He holds the record for the longest congressional address. This was last year in that joint address to Congress, 99 minutes. Will we see 100 and above, Sumi? I think we'll find out tonight. The president of Brazil visited President Trump today at the White House, and the big question was going to be, how would the 2 leaders get along? Well, we actually don't really know. The World Cup has now officially kicked off, but you might notice that something's missing, or rather someone. President Donald Trump. In fact, for the first time this century, none of the leaders of the host nations are actually attending their opening matches.
I want to bring in a super fan who's with us, Mark Cranston. I mean, take a look at this. We got Eagle Man with us. Live on the BBC, we're watching the match now. How are you feeling? How confident are you about this game?
This team can go as far as they allow themselves to go.
The familiar sights and sounds of New Orleans have returned less than 48 hours after an attacker turned the city's streets into a crime scene. In the face of terror, music has become an act of defiance.
This is where that attack took place on New Year's Day, and this is Bourbon Street now. New Orleans is a city you can't keep quiet for long. Just landed. I have to say that was not the flight I was expecting. I was just handed a piece of paper by 3 police officers telling me that if I'm arriving from a country that is not Germany, I am required to self-quarantine for 14 days. Universities nationwide, they are now, for the most part, back in session, but that does not mean that all students are back on campus. I mean, you touched on it, that traditional college life, really the pandemic is affecting that, and it's pushing a lot of classes online. So some students this fall are opting to take their studies off campus, and I mean way off campus.
Shake your head, really get into it, and just kind of, you want people to think that you're, wait, is that guy okay?
I'm Carl Nasman here in Washington. Thank you for watching World News America.